All right, top spec of the Chevy Suburban. This is the 2025 that got a refresh. So styling update, front and back or exterior. We get some new tech inside. And again, this is the top, the high country. So four-wheel drive, you can get a two-wheel drive Suburban. There's lots of different specs. There's 2 gas engines and there's a diesel option. This is the 6.2 liter V8. This is the dark ash metallic, which is a $500 option in Canada, $495, and included on the high country spec in the US. These are optional 24-inch wheels. And we also get the power running boards or power step on this spec. We've got pretty much every option except for Super Cruise is missing, which I was kind of surprised and disappointed about. Styling refresh on the front and back. What do you think of the Suburban? What do we think about this versus the GMC Yukon? I personally am a Yukon fan. I owned a Yukon XL, which would be equivalent to the Suburban. So I am a fan of these huge family haulers because I have 3 kids. But the Suburban is the Chevrolet version and a really classic full-size family SUV. Let's go for a drive. Ooh, the farmland is smelling like farmland today. Yikes. Okay, Suburban, really comfortable to drive. This has the air ride suspension option. I mentioned that already. There's 3 engine options on the Suburban. I mentioned that already. This is the 6.2 liter V8 making 420 horsepower, 460 pound-feet of torque, mated to a 10-speed automatic transmission. This has the max trailer tow, which means it can tow up to 200 pounds. This is the 4-wheel drive. You can get the base Suburban specs in a 2-wheel drive. And it's really comfortable. I mean, like I said already, it's comfortable and it's easy. I can find my driving position, no problem. I think I may have mentioned that already too. I'm 5'1", and so sometimes it's difficult for me to find my driving position, especially in bigger vehicles. But this one, no issues whatsoever. I'm comfortable. These seats are really comfortable. I love, you know, leather seating. They are quite flat. They're not contoured, but they're not sport seats. They're not meant to be sporty. And it's quiet enough. It's not, I mean, this isn't like a luxury brand, so it's not like peep quiet in here, but it's not loud and obnoxious either. It's a great family road tripper. I know this from experience. We owned a Yukon Denali, which is the same size as this, and we took it on a road trip from Vancouver, BC, all the way to San Diego and back home again, going through Nevada on the way home. And spent 2 weeks in this as a family of 5. And I will say again, fantastic family road tripper. I did so many field trip driving for my kids when they were little because I could haul extra kids every time in our Yukon Denali. It's a great family car if you're done with your minivan. I love minivans, don't get me wrong, I had 2 of them, but when we were done with our minivan days, we moved up to the Yukon, and I can't say enough good things. The size and shape of the Suburban did not change for 2025. It is still giant, and this one does have the optional air ride suspension on it. Quad exhaust, this one does have the max trailering package on it. So it can tow up to 8,700 pounds. Again, styling updates for 2025. Massive cavernous interior with that 3rd row folded down. You can just see how much space I have. I can fold the 2nd row seats from here, and I can power fold and open the 3rd row seats from back here. But you'll see, even with those 3rd row seats up, this Suburban just has tons of cargo room. We also have a 120 volt back here. So this is all new for 2025. We have a huge touchscreen with Google built-in and wireless CarPlay and Android Auto, which I love that it has both. New driver display, totally digital, as you can see. We have a head-up display, but I will say I have not found where I can make the head-up display a little bit taller. And I thought in GM vehicles, it always gave you the option to lift and lower your head-up display, because where I have it right now, I can't even see it. I have to sit like this to see the head-up display, and I do not drive like this. So all new wireless CarPlay, love that. Heated and vented seats up here, automatic climate control, which is fantastic. As I mentioned, Google built in, which means we have lots of apps. You can turn on the climate, some settings with these hard touch buttons here, but essentially it's on the touch screen, which I don't mind. And then these dials for climate can be used, or you can just use the touch screen. I love that flexibility. A big wireless charging pad, USB and USB-C, a nice little storage cubby here, 2 cup holders. I do find them a little bit small. My coffee mug this morning, my coffee travel mug that I used to drive my daughter to school, was a tight squeeze. And then a huge center console. It's just storage. It's not a cooler box or anything like that, but we do have that beautiful mocha leather on here as well. We have some wood touches. We have our high country badging, our Bose audio. All our trailering stuff is over here. I can access the 360 camera, which is excellent from here. Your trailering buttons, your 4 high, your 4 low, and your 2 high drive modes are all over here. A really simple steering wheel, no Super Cruise on this spec, which I was surprised about, if I'm honest. And then paddle shifters plus the GM thing where you have a volume control behind the paddle shifter and a music skip button on behind this paddle shifter. Cruise control here, music here, or infotainment settings, and heated steering wheel here, and voice commands. Again, a memory seating for 2, and nice brown or mocha leather throughout the entire front end. Digital rear view mirror, which I love. I will say in GMs lately, I'm noticing when I get in from something else, I find the size of the rear view mirror to be quite small for the size of vehicle. I was just in the Vistiq, the Cadillac EV, recently, and it had the same size rear view mirror. And even though it's digital, I find it very small. It's just an observation of mine. If you love GM, you're going to love it no matter what. Beautiful interior. I love all this storage. When you have a big family vehicle like this, you need all this kind of storage and extra space for devices and such. Oh, and the gear selector. You've seen this on so many GM products I've shown you guys, Cadillac included. I love the gear selector being on a stalk. It's just so nice the way it functions. And then rear view camera, which I just showed you, but also when you put it in drive, it gives you the front view as well, which is really handy for getting out of parking spaces and managing parking lots, because this thing is so big. I love that. Also, it's one of those vehicles where if you don't put it in park and you just turn it off, it'll automatically put it in park for you. It won't make you restart the vehicle just to put it in park. Sorry, I moved a little bit and the camera bounced. Regardless, great interior, lovely, and I am short and I have no issues finding a comfortable driving position in this Suburban. I love those power running boards. I had them on my Yukon as well because it's such a big vehicle. It's tall, so if you have kids, it just makes it easier, or you're short like me, I'm 5'1". It makes it easier to get in and out of such a big vehicle. As you can see, it is, I mean, so spacious. We have I'm 5'1", I think I just said that. We have a household plug back here, rear climate control. These are heated seats. We have HDMI and USB-C. We have the optional entertainment system back here. Huge panoramic sunroof that does open in the front with a sunshade, and that is part of one of the optional packages. A beautiful brown, this is a mocha brown leather interior. I love that it's a flat floor. We have space pass through here. You can get the Suburban with a bench seat, which means it would seat 8. This with the captain's chairs, it seats 7. We've got 3 seats in the back. We've got seat back pockets. Let's get in the third row and see how much room we have. I do wish these were tilt-in slide seats. This configuration, this type of seat does not make it easier to get in the third row. Like, I think this is supposed to pop this seat up, but it's not popping it up. So therefore I'm using the pass-through to get here into the third row. Now this seat is all the way forward, but as you can see, even if it wasn't, I have plenty of room back here. It is really a full-size SUV if you had any doubts. USB-C chargers back here and cup holders. And I can do this from back here, but honestly, that does not allow to make it easier for me to get in and out this way. So I will say that, to me, that's a downside. We don't have latch back here for child car seats, but I know we have 3 tethers or lower anchors for them. And then these 2 seats do have latch. We have lights back here and vents back here as well. Vents are really important when you're using the third row all the time. So what do you guys think of this Suburban High Country? Is this the spec you would choose? I mean, I'm definitely getting a 4-wheel drive if I'm buying a big family SUV like this, but you can get a base 2-wheel drive, both in Canada and the US. I was kind of surprised. I sort of figured the Suburban was 4-wheel drive only in Canada, but it's not. You can get it. And this one has some packages on it, but the base Suburban starts at about 84,000 Canadian, around 62,000 US dollars. This one is the top trim, the High Country, and it has a few options like the air ride suspension and a few optional packages, including these 24-inch wheels. So as tested, quite packaged up, I would say, quite high-end for a Suburban, 123,000 Canadian or 95,000 US dollars. Is this what you're spending $125,000 on in Canada? I personally would like to see Super Cruise if I'm spending this kind of money. Super Cruise is GM's hands-free adaptive cruise control, and I love it. It's fantastic. It is available on some Suburbans. The updates for 2025 are great. I think the styling looks modern. I think it's a great full-size SUV for families. As I mentioned, I used to own a Yukon XL, which would be the same size. Spaciousness-wise, styling-wise, a little bit different because the Yukon is a GMC, but still GM family. And I would have loved to have Super Cruise on my family car. I think for road trips and commuting, it's just amazing. Let me know what you guys think. Leave me a question or a comment. Don't forget to subscribe, please. And come find me on social media. I'm XO Connie Peters everywhere. I post a lot of short form content and photos of the cars I review, as well as behind the scenes and things like that. So come find me. See you soon.